2 years ago, World Challenge featured the story of Oro Verde, green gold, a group of Afro-Colombian miners who mine gold and platinum with minimal impact on the tropical forest. News is coming through that our jungle-friendly mining cooperative is finding it tough going in the market. I'm on my way to find out what's going on and see if I can help. Choco, one of the wettest places on Earth, 13 meters of rain a year. From the Andes to the Pacific, around 30,000 square kilometers of lowland forest. And below that forest, washed down from the mountains by the same rain over the millennia, soil that is rich in platinum and gold. And that's the dilemma. And what do you do with this stuff? Do you chop it down? Do you build a highway? Do you leave it as it is? Or can you find a way for growth and this ecosystem to coexist? I guess this is the question that Oro Verde is trying to explore. Quibdó, the capital of Choco. And what am I walking straight into? The biggest party of the year, the festival of San Pacho. San Pacho is the patron saint of this region, one of the poorest in Colombia. Here, festivals are also an opportunity to air grievances.
It's a party, but it's also a way to protest to the whole nation about the states things are in.
Traditions in this region are based on Roman Catholicism, with an infusion of indigenous and African beliefs.
This is the head of our ancestors, and we are taking it to the government building in the center of town. It's a symbol that tells them they should not think just of themselves and steal all the money. They should think of the rest of the people in Choco as well.
Gracias, Carlos. So Carlos is asking, where's the platinum gone? And I think one of the things about this festival that's distinctive is it's not just a carnival. It's a raising of cultural issues, social and environmental issues, and they're raising some of the socio-economic issues that the community is facing.
I enlist the help of Felipe Arango, a local sustainability consultant familiar with the Green Gold initiative.
It's a huge paradox that these communities struck by poverty, struck by conflict, are sitting basically in a gold mine and a biodiversity hotspot.
But Felipe tells me there are warning signs. Gold prices are high, the business should be booming, but the number of working Oro Verde miners has gone down, despite receiving a 15% extra payment or premium for their green gold. Our mining boots on, we head for the last river crossing. 3 Oro Verde partners are waiting for us. Jorge Pereira, a local community leader, and Ingrid Lozada and Sandra Hernandez, who work for AMI Choco, the NGO that markets and certifies the gold and platinum to international fair trade standards. It doesn't take long to see what the Oro Verde community is trying to combat.
All that surrounds us was destroyed by mechanical mining. Look at that bulldozer over there. The soil is useless now. It has no nutrients. They did not do any terracing, so the soil could not recover.
So we're about 1 kilometer in, on the way to the mine, not there yet. But you can see, you look around you, this is an ecosystem that's working. It's about 20 degrees cooler, thank God. But this is stuff that is functioning as an ecosystem. As we approach the mine, we see the impact of Oro Verde practices. Clear water, a forest canopy intact, topsoil protected by terracing and rich again in vegetation. I meet Americo Mosquera, one of the founding miners of Oro Verde, a 53-year-old grandfather with 41 grandchildren. Americo explains the process. The big miners, the majors, often are using mercury in their process to separate out the gold. You use plants. How does that work?
You first rip off the leaves of this plant and rub them together. They release an extract. We then mix the extract with the sediment, and it makes the sediment float. And there you have it. Was I lying or not? This is green gold, the best loved gold in the world.
Why is Americo using these more laborious techniques? It's to preserve the one thing he's got, the land and its resources for the next generation.
Oh, God, you've got to be strong to do this.
This is the crucial part. Water pressure equals productivity.
I'm going to take this pipe and we're going to blast it. This is what you need the water pump for. $3,000 for a water pump that'll really give some welly to this and really separate off the mud from the ore and the rock. We got gold.
There it is. It's gold. Green gold and flat.
How many hours work did it take to get that?
¿Cuántas horas de trabajo para llegar aquí?
Muchas. Plenty. Many, many hours.
And if you got a bigger pump?
That would be better. We need more water, but we have no capital for technology. So we end up with our arms crossed when there is work to be done.
Ingrid and Sandra see the opportunity for growth.
The market is there. We are only working with 5% of the miners in 2 communities, Tadoa and Condoto, and there are 32 communities in all of Chocó, with mining activities that we could target.
The premium is meant to be an incentive to stick to Oro Verde's environmentally friendly but laborious methods. If the green gold miners get paid extra, why are they outnumbered by so many illegal miners? When does the miner get this additional 13% or 15% premium? Do they get that straight away at the market, or is there a delay before they get that?
The money goes into a revolving fund that is invested so the miner gets it after some time, not right away.
We are miners.
So there's a delay with Oro Verde's payment. Delay for people who can't afford it.
The shaft house we must go.
10 minutes trek from Americo's mine, we see the impact of that delay up close. Miners, the majority, bypassing Oro Verde practices to get some cash in hand. Down there in the pit, a family of 5 to feed. What would you do? Do you sign up with Oro Verde, then wait 6 months for the premium? Or do you work in the rubble and the mercury and sell the gold without any delay as soon as you can find it?
And the question is, what is driving this? What are the root causes? What are the fundamentals that need to be shifted to stop this being the norm and Americo's mine being the exception?
And I feel like I'm dying from mining for gold.
That night, the community leaders and miners give me a glimpse of what they have to deal with. No capital to invest in more equipment, laws that encourage industrial mining but not the artisans, and the ever-present threat of illegal mining. To prove their point, the miners take me to an illegal mine in the middle of the night.
So you want to lose a forest? This is how you do it. This is an economic system that values the gold but doesn't value the ecosystem that's being ripped up in front of our eyes to provide it. Not the trees for their forest carbon, not the plants for their biotech medicinal potential. This is the reality of what Oro Verde and its community council faces as they try to scale up the project. I got one word for you, believe. $100,000. The buck stops here. But can we find someone who'll reflect not just the conventional value of this gold, but the real value of what it embodies?
So what can be done to help the green gold venture? Back in London, World Challenge assembles a group of experts to provide Oro Verde with advice on how to become a thriving business. I lay out the 3 main challenges that Oro Verde's business faces: the dwindling number of its miners, the small gold output, less than 10 kilograms a year, and the risk, with gold prices so high, that other operators are going to take over.
Jewellery is all about, value is in scarcity. So the rarest diamond is the most expensive one. The amount of gold that's coming out of Colombia is tiny. It's an extremely high-end luxury product, and the challenge is, well, how do we get it, you know, out to the people who would appreciate that?
One of the things which I'd love to do is I'd love to send a piece of your jewellery down the red carpet at the Oscars.
On forest carbon, there's potentially another revenue stream there as well. So if in some way you can link Oro Verde to an avoided deforestation project, there's potential there to bring in carbon credit revenues as well. Back of the envelope calculations, the maximum you might be able to get from something like that would be around $2 million a year for 50 years.
I think you've got to address the heart of the matter, which is the business model. I mean, it's not even a cottage industry at the minute, is it? They need the social enterprise model rather than the NGO, which creates a company with the controls around it such that any investor can expect to get a return on that.
And at the end of it, a direct impact on the market.
Can I ask a quick question? Yes. And it's a totally selfish question, which is, where can I buy some of this? It sounds fabulous.
So can we rescue our sustainable pioneers in Kenya and Colombia? Can we turn them around and help them achieve their missions? Biogas across the Kenyan prison system, a bidding war and real premiums for green gold miners. Well, Challenge will give it its best shot. Watch this space. We'll be back early in the new year to report on results.